It's another hot morning on the farm in Thailand with Toon and Lee. Well, as usual on Saturday, it's Billy No Mates Lee again. Sorry about that, guys. Toon's shot off into the town to go to the local market. I'm on spaghetti bolognese duty tonight, so she's gone to get some pork mince. We've recently been given some new fresh herbs, or dried herbs rather, and some mixed herbs and oregano by one of you guys that watch all our videos. Guy called Chris, not Carl. I kept on calling him Carl while he was here, and Steve. Sorry, mate. What happened? Chris tried to come out and see us a year ago, but for one reason or another it fell through. He got in contact again and said, "Oh, I want to come and have three nights with you." I ended up staying 4. We couldn't get rid of the old boy. And basically, Toon and I have had our 4 latest nights here on the farm since we've been here. So for the last 2 years, he holds the top 4 spots for keeping us up the latest. And each night we had a bit of a hairy ride back to the village house, ferrying him back on Ben Hur, our famous chariot. So all good. This is the main reason I haven't done a vlog for a whole week, which is first time for quite a long time. But I thought, oh, it's a weekend. Some of you say that you like to watch a longer video or catch up with our videos at the weekend. You've got a bit more time on your hands. So we thought, right, I thought I'll do this one, get it out of the way. It's one I've been wanting to do for a little while, and it's about our website and blogging in Thailand. For those of you that are a little bit confused between vlogs and blogs, it's very, very straightforward. A vlog is like a video diary. Of course, you can still put slides in there and info and all that sort of thing, but mainly it's video driven. Whereas your blog is word driven, so it's just, you know, it's like someone's diary, or they just want to talk about a particular subject or write about a subject. But in there you can still have links to videos. They don't have to be our videos. We could link to anyone else's that allow embedding videos. So sometimes we link to something that's a little bit different to what we do, but could still be beneficial for what you guys are reading about. It also gives us the opportunity to introduce some photographs. Now, I used to be into photography when I was a wee nipper, but it has to be said, since we've moved here, other than using our camera on our phones just to grab an odd shot here and there, we just don't do any at all. But it is something that's going to change, and I have been conscious of it, so we have started to take some more photos than we normally would do, and they're being incorporated into our blogs. So you may think, well, you've got a YouTube channel, you guys. Why now are you doing blogging as well? It's like you're always saying you haven't got enough time on your hands. Well, my thinking is YouTube is very, very quick hit. So you post a video. I mean, you can see the views that we get. You know, within a day, or certainly within the week, we get 1,000. Okay, sometimes we get 2,000, 3,000. Sometimes we get an exceptional one like Toon's potty mouth video that got 20,000 in just about a week. But generally speaking, after that first week goes, the views dry up, and of course the YouTube ratings will go down and down. There's a good chance that those videos never get seen again by hardly anyone. To give you an idea, after the first week, your video will probably, our videos, because we're not that well found on YouTube, we'll probably get 10 views a day on something. So with blogging and with any sort of like website presence, it's run by Google, so it takes a long time, far longer in Google to get your online production noticed. YouTube's very, very quickly in comparison. We're not really putting on totally different stuff on our website. Certainly with the blogs, what we're doing is going in more depth, because when we do something like biochar, I'm still learning biochar, and I'm still gathering lots of information offline, and mostly it's blog information. You know, it's stuff that I digest easier. On videos I'll take it in, but 10 minutes later it's gone again. So when I come to do a video, oh, please doing biochar, fantastic, I'm not an expert on it. So I thought with a blog, well, we can still link to our videos, we can do the photographs of how we're producing stuff like biochar, But then I can give the extra information that I've learned and give you external links to, you know, it gives you the option if you want to then learn a little bit more about it. Another example is, although I didn't put it in a blog, I mentioned in a video about the grand solar minimum, and then quite a few Googled that, and then you were quite shocked to learn the stuff about that. So it's that sort of thing. It's giving you the opportunity. If you want to delve a little bit deeper, that's great. It also helps us to maximise our effort. So if we start doing a video about goats, we've already got that video. I can just write about the goats and then put a link to the video in there. We've already took the photographs of the goats, put those in there. But the good thing about blogging and websites is, once your site starts to get noticed and ranked in Google, the longevity, they call it Evergreen, it just stays there. And the only way that you start slipping down the rankings really is when other people are doing the same things better than you, and they get ranked higher. It also gives us the opportunity to give you information that we don't blog about. So another example would be, over the festive period, we had Toon's younger sister and her husband, and Kai Muck and Toon's mum here for a couple of weeks. I don't feel comfy doing it, and they certainly wouldn't feel comfy with me having a video in them and then me putting that on YouTube. Sometimes I get a few sneaky clips and put them in there, but I'm very, very much aware that it's not something that they're really up for, so we don't really do it. But it's all right to write about it. It's not quite as invasive, and it then gives you some information and some depth about our life here that we don't put on YouTube. The blog itself it's all categorized. When you go into the blog section, it will give you different topic headings. So, you know, there'll be about one specifically on goats, one on biochar, bamboo, fish, whether it's fish farming or fishing in Thailand. What else is there? There's a little bit about Corpang pet. There's also things like our first year on the farm in Thailand, our second year, and then it will go through, you know, when we've had the borehole put in, how we found when we had the solar system put in, some of the mistakes we've made. So it's a bit like a review at the end of the year. What I'm most keen on though is doing a monthly blog. So every month, I've just started it for this year. So this month it'll have how it kicked off with Toon's family over. So there'll be a little section on that right at the start. And then I try to go in order what we've been up to. And then there'll be the odd photograph and the video linked to those. So if you've missed those videos, you just click on them and it will take you straight to our YouTube channel. And then when you've done that, you just close your window and you come back to the blog. Yeah, it'll have things like thyroid. We didn't do a video on that. There's been a recent cock-up about Toon's medication. It's really knocked her for 6. But sometimes they're a little bit, those subjects are a little bit awkward to do on video. I find it a lot easier to write about them. I'm not a writer. I didn't do very well in English. But if you imagine what I've tried to do now is I've tried to write my blogs how I talk, which maybe not the right thing to do, but if you like the videos, you know, if I write like a bloody robot, it's not what you're expecting. And so what I'm doing now, I've started, excuse me, I've started looking back at some of our early articles, and I'm gradually rewriting them in Lee speak, because the last thing you want to do is click onto us and then you're like, well, he hasn't written that. There's big words and everything. It's not written perfectly. It flags up loads and loads of errors on there, and then I just think, yeah, that's the way I talk. I'll leave it like that. There's the odd swear word in there, not too many. But again, it's trying to keep it a true representation of us and how we are on this farm. On the main website itself, so blogs are just one little section of that. Of course, you've got a welcome page, and it just sort of bullet points everything that we're doing on the farm, but very, very briefly. It's got a section on how we've started with our goats, the herd, and it gives you an up-to-date list of the names and how the names were generated. Of course, as we get more and more goats, that's such a long list. I couldn't do that on a vlog. So it's stuff like that. A bit about our poultry, so the ducks, the chickens, the fish that we're growing on the farm, a little bit about the lake and what the plans are for that. Of course, that's all tied in with the goat side of things as well, and Goat Island. A little bit about accommodation and what we've got planned and what we've got currently available, and give you an idea of price and what's included. So it will talk about our village house just about a mile down the road, how you can rent that, and you know, in the future we're planning sort of like basic accommodation here. Initially probably just camping, and then, I don't know, we may be ending up with little bamboo houses off the floor, very basic, with mozzie nets and a fan, that sort of thing, and a little bit of solar power for you to charge your mobiles in. That's just to give you an idea of everything that's associated with what we're trying to achieve here and what we've got ready now. There's also a little bit in there about Corpang and what it is. A lot of people have no idea. It's not sort of a name we've just plucked out the sky and called our farm Corpang Farm Thailand. It is something, you know, that the late Rama number 9, the King of Thailand, he spent many years encouraging the Thai people to go the Corpang route, which basically means, you know, it's not necessarily self-sufficient, but you work towards that. You've got a little bit of land, instead of just growing the odd flower here and there, why not grow something that you can actually use? So maybe a little bit of rice, maybe some papayas, shallots, all those sorts of things, and any surplus you can sell. So it's a little bit about that, and we would like to be self-sufficient, but it's still early. We are 100% organic now, but we're trying to regenerate the land, you know, by using permaculture techniques, you know, vermicompost and biochar, the manure, integrated livestock, and how we're doing that and developing it. But of course, you can only do so many videos on that, and if I do an article on a website or like the blog section, that will be there forever, and people can just dip in and dip out, and they can see an update. Now, if you want regular updates or just sort of like a notification, like a lot of you on this channel have, and we're really thankful that you do, you know, when we upload again, it will either come in your home page, or if you've clicked on your little bell notification next to the subscribe button, it will just come up, you know, Lee and Toon have done another wacky video or whatever. That will be the same for you if you subscribe to our website. At the bottom of each page there's a little subscribe button. You just put your email address in there. Promise you, you will not get spammed. All you will get is a little email notification, Lee's done another blog. I'm not sure whether it will tell you when created another page on the main website, but definitely for the blog, you'll see that it's another one that's been released. But on the email, it'll tell you what it is. So if it's something about, I don't know, immigration in Kampang Phet, well, you're not bothered. You never come to Thailand, or you're in Chiang Mai. It's probably no use to you whatsoever. You wouldn't click on it. But if it's on a goat herd update, or you know, it's something about the crayfish, you know, we're just starting to sell the crayfish, that sort of thing, and that's the bit that you like, then you can just come in and pick and choose the bits that you want. I'm very, very aware, because we are so diversified here. Some of you guys have subscribed to the channel because you like crayfish, and you won't watch anything apart from crayfish. Some of you are besotted by the goats, and that's how you found us, and that's mainly what you watch. Again, it's the same sort of setup with the blog. You just take what you want and what interests you, and then if you want more information, the links are there. So I don't know whether it's a good thing or not. You might click on a link that takes us away from our website, but at least you're getting the information that you want to get hold of. It also does help you it also does help a website, even if they're going off your page, if they're going from a link to a reputable website. So when we talk about the crayfish, and that you need your certificate in Thailand to farm your crayfish, and you get it from the fisheries department, well, that fisheries department, the words will be highlighted. That's a hyperlink. You click on it, it will take you to the fisheries department. So if you were in Thailand and you wanted to start farming crayfish, ding, takes you straight there. And it's always been a big part for me. For those of you that went over and joined or had a look at Rural Life Thailand, the Facebook group, you know, that went from a handful of us on there to sort of like well over 1,000 now. I mean, I very, very rarely go on there. I've handed it over to a lovely bunch of guys, and the interaction that's on there is brilliant. The wealth of information as well, and people link to blog articles that they think might be helpful to other people, and it works very, very well. There's not so much, we're never really allowed spamming from other YouTubers on there. You get some with Facebook groups, sometimes you'll get someone join and they'll just bang, bang, bang. Every week they'll just be putting links to their own videos. So it's not like that. There's no advertising involved. But again, that gives you the opportunity to get more information if that's what you want. When it comes to things like even quail, I'm not a master of knowledge for quail. I think that comes across quite clearly. But whatever we get into, I am very, very interested. Certainly with the nutrition side of things. I'm not a health freak by any stretch of the imagination, but I like to know what I'm eating. So, you know, it's just simple Google about quail, the meat, the eggs, and when you start reading, you think, that's really good information. Some people may want that depth of knowledge. Or they're the sort of person that's also interested in that sort of stuff. So again, it's all there for you. I think it's on the last section of our website, Contact Us. Very, very easy to fill out submission form, so for any queries. So whether it's accommodation, our location, underneath there's a map. You click on that, and on the satellite image you can quite clearly see how far. I can't get the pin quite on it. It's about 200 yards away from me. I can't get it any closer, but it's near enough. You get on there, and it's the only little dirt track round here, and you'll be able to see the outline of the lake. Is the easiest thing to see. If you're trying to search for us online yourself, looking in Hindat, the full address is there. But of course, remember we're on a dirt track, so anyone visiting, don't come here at night time for the first trip. But use that address, and you won't go far wrong. And then you can ask someone that's quite near us. But please fire us that email, or find me on Facebook and send me a message through Facebook initially. Don't add everyone to Messenger proper. It's Messenger through Facebook. Once I realise you're not a serial killer or a stalker or a troll, and I can normally see who's who from the YouTube channel, from Patreon, all those sorts of things. Remember, a lot of you have been following this for a long time. Although my memory is fading rapidly, it does stick on in my head who's who on there. So once we've made contact, I'll just double check, and then I'll send you an invite on Messenger. I was just about to say I'll send you a location pin if you're struggling to find us. Sent that to Chris, sorry. I sent you 40 miles the wrong way. I've got my head round it now. I've got my shit together, no problem. You can find it. He's the only one that we've sent off into the middle of nowhere, so he's just an unlucky guy. The way to do it now is like share location. So if you get fairly near and you can't find you, I'll do a live location share, and you find us no problem. On a little bit of a tangent from the online website and blog push that I'm trying to get you. I'm trying to funnel you to our website. There's no ads running on it at present. I'm waiting for 10 million views per month, and then we're going to flood it with ads everywhere, and then you can just block us then. Lost my train of thought now, haven't I? Oh, there it is. It's popped back in now. Senior moment. It's because I'm nearly 50. At the moment, we're not really doing farm stays, okay? At the moment, if you want to come and visit us, that's fine. You've got the village house, brilliant. You can stay for as long as you like there. It's very reasonably priced. You've got your aircon. We will be doing a video on that soon, and putting the details and some photos on the website as well. You're 2-3 minutes down the road. Don't mind picking you up each morning, dropping you off in the evening. But although we were super lazy when Chris was here this time, it was partly to do with playing Uno cards till gone midnight and drunken karaoke. Normally we do have jobs to do, and I did drag him around the farm a few times just to go and check on the goats and help feed the goats, but really we had some very, very, what should we say, very slow days. But at this time of year, we do get some slow days. If you're coming in say a week when we've got a big project going, we can't stop. Can't stop. We can do. If you want to go somewhere, we can take you somewhere. We've got to pay for someone to look after the farm. Yeah, if they're all here all day, it depends on who it is. If it's a bloke who just sits in a hammock, we give him 200 baht. If he's going to potter around like the last bloke did, watering all the fruit trees and cleaning the goat house out, he gets 300 baht for the day. But don't forget, it's me and Toon, so that's only one guy working now and again, and we're not here to check on him how hard he works. So, and we're losing me as well, so really we're losing 2 people working on the farm, and you know, while you're out you've got to eat and drink, and where you go, you might want to go national park, well that costs money. So I'm just trying to preempt stuff, because Toon and I find it incredibly awkward, and we did talk to Chris about it, and he was saying, look, people are coming out to see you and see Thailand. They're not expecting this and this from you. Everyone knows you work on a farm, and it's a 24/7 job. So it's just to give you a heads up. Nothing wrong at all. You come in here and we're sitting down for a few hours, having a cup of tea. Even if you're just dropping by on your travel from Bangkok to Chiang Mai or something like that, and you just want a detour, no problem. But if you're going to stay in a village house, we can't just sit here all day chitty-chatting. As much as I like it, we've still got to do our stuff. If you're all right sitting here on your own, you might think, well, that's all right. I'm out in the countryside. I'm quite happy sat here. Toon and I aren't happy with that. Not that we don't trust you, because we'll lock up everything. It's just that you're on our farm and you're sitting here on your own. It's not right. So, you know, you either turn up for a little while, a bit of a chat, great. I've always got some tea bags here. You can turn up and you can work with us, that's fine. Some of the work, not this week, I won't blag it, this week has been the slowest week ever. But it hasn't been a total disaster, because Toon's been so ill with basically a cock up with a medication, not her doing. There's more about that in our monthly blog. Another thing is it will cut down the repetitive side of things. You know, people say, where are you? Has your accommodation got aircon? How far is it from your farm? Can I stay on your farm? You can come and stay on the farm now, but it's a tent. Yeah? So take advantage of the email. Before you email, just have a look at through the sections that are applicable to what you want to ask. I'll soon start to learn that if I keep getting asked the same question, it's a telltale sign that I haven't got that information readily available on our website. Okay. And then the last thing, which is probably the most beneficial initially for me and Toon, but then for everyone else that comes to the website. It's my first website that I've done. I keep tinkering, made loads of mistakes at the start, loads of errors. The thing was really horrible to load up, but I checked it on Chris's phone while he was here. It all loaded up nice and quick. So it's a lot better now. If you looked at it a few months ago, 6 months ago say, we're like, fucking hell, I can't find anything on here. It might be worth dipping in back in and having a look again. But things that that shoot out at you, you think, oh, you're missing this, or this might be good. I'm not bothered if I've misspelled xylophone, but anything glaring, then I'd really appreciate that if you could pop that, ideally on an email, and I'll tell you why. One, it's to push it to the website and interact with the website, but the other thing, it's easy for me to file emails. I've got a folder set up for my emails related to all sorts of things, and I'll just pop them in there, and it's easy for me to relate to. So once I'm ready to do it, I don't know, half a day on the website, I can go in there, all the recommendations or all the faults, blah de blah de blah, I can just work through them. Whereas if you're giving me tips and tricks on YouTube, once I've replied or given you a thumbs up and that's it. It's not highlighted anymore, and I won't be able to find that. Certainly if I can't remember what video that you commented on, and I don't always get a notification when I get a new message in. Sometimes it goes into spam, sometimes it goes into junk, and sometimes for some unknown reason I just don't get a notification. I still do my best to reply to each and every one of you. If I'm really strapped for time, at the very least I'll give it a thumbs up. If I think it's good, I'll give it a heart as well. Hopefully you get a notification to let you know that I've seen it. If it's just like even you've left sort of like a witty ditty comment after I've replied to you, I'll still give it a thumbs up just to let you know that I've seen you, and thanks for replying. I must remember, stop hitting the table. So just to recap, the website with the blog in there, and we're now doing a monthly blog. There's information that you don't normally get to see, or it might go into a little bit more depth, and it will give you links to go and find more information if it's something that really interests you. You know, it could be something like the vermicomposting. I'm still learning that, and in a video I have been known to say the odd incorrect thing, but you know, it will give you a little like a pathway to something else where you can go and get a lot more information if that's what you want. I'd just like to finish up. I don't want you to worry about Toon. She's on the right path now with her medication, and hopefully, I'm still waiting for Super Toon back in my life, but she's still not a bad old girl as she is, and fingers crossed she's going to make a full recovery. It's not from what she's eating or drinking, apart from her odd little coffee in the day. She's been a good girl with her diet. It was purely a cock up with her medication. Say no more. But there's a little bit more information on the monthly blog. Right, links in the description. There'll be little highlighted bits with the links to the main website. If there's something that you want to go straight to the monthly blog section, I'll put a link there. If you want to email us, all those links will be there. If you want to just Google us, that's fine. There's only one Toon and Lee, and I think we're now ranked at the top for Corpang Farm or Corpang Thailand, Corpang Farm Thailand. We've got all those now. It took us a few months to get up there, because what had happened, people were stealing our videos. Some of you may remember that, and of course in the description they steal your description, they just copy and paste it all. I wasn't aware of this. This was before we had a website, so of course they had no competition. So I was searching Toon and Lee, all these websites were coming up that upload other people's videos, and there was about, I don't know, over 100 Toon and Lee videos on other people's websites. I'm going to put an end card or end screenshot either there or there. You can click on that and it will take you for a little walk around the village house. But we will be doing another one because it's all been spruced up since then. And of course, you know, seeing all the bedding in there and the tea and coffee kitchen all done. When I last recorded it, it was just a walk round while Toon and her friend Poi were cleaning it all up. So it's all done and dusted and looking nice now, nice and cosy. You can also interact on the website via the comment section. So at the bottom of a blog, you can leave a comment there or just give it a heart. I don't think there's thumbs up on it. I will reply to those. It's just that I don't really do it on my phone. But of an evening, once every few nights, I'll go on there and then I'll make sure I get back to you and start implementing this. Maybe start implementing stuff that you've mentioned. But as I say, if you can use the email, Lee, you've messed up, mate. On page so and so, there's a even if it's something that doesn't load properly, I may not be aware of it because I think there's about 30 pages there, and then that'd be great. And then other people that go, they'll have a better experience after you've been on there.